Hello there. Alright, welcome for today. I hope you guys are all doing fine. Alright, let's take a look at what the market have for us for today. Okay, we're currently looking at Tesla and see how Tesla is going on. Now, let me just take a look at, let me just delete some of the stuff here. Okay, now as you can see here, Tesla's been in an uptrend since 2020. Okay, so very bullish. All-time high in November 21 and so on. So what we could have done is we could have done a trend line. So from here, as you can see, okay, so pretty much that was very 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 good to buy Tesla pretty much any time when it was on this trend line. So even last June, for example, that was great to buy it. Even, let's say, even in November 2020 was a very good buy time to buy, and you could have sold at the all-time high, well, the previous time high if you want to, or even here if you buy this here, look at that, very good. Okay, however, what we did notice is we did notice in February of this year, that's when all the war and all the stuff that happened, that's when it started going down. However, we found support at this point here, and then we bounced up again. We came back down on the trend line, and then trying to retest the trend line. Unfortunately, it went down, and then it tried to break over the trend line, and we got rejected, and we came all the way down here in this particular case. So for this case, I will remove this part. All right, let's take a look what we have again. Okay, so we do have support at this particular case if it does fall down. However, we have found support in here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll draw a nice region here. So that's where we find support. Okay, so the new support, that's where we found it. The previous support was here and it was broken down. So as you can see, it was here. And we did so we're here, we did get a rejection. Unfortunately, it couldn't break above, so we fell down in this particular case. Okay, alright, so this is a good time to buy in this case. Now, how do we know if we have gotten a nice, how do we know if it is indeed the bottom or not? Okay, for example, here, and this candle here. Alright, so we can consider this as a hammer or a star candle. Look at the wick, at the bottom wick. So we have so many buyers coming in. Unfortunately, it didn't have built enough momentum. As you can see, the momentum was still in the negative in this particular case. Alright, here for instance, look at that. Look at this big body. So we have big wick and big body as well. Okay, and afterwards we have a nice momentum start building up. Okay, let's take a look. So in order to see what's gonna happen, we need to understand what is going on, what's happened in the past. Okay, so normally, so ever since we formed this candle, so some people be able to draw a trend line like this if you want to do that. Okay, it's up to you. Even you want to change this here, even you want to change this candle here, put this here because of the wick. Okay, so if for those of you done it this way, then you like, okay, we have not seen the bottom yet, but I'll do mine this way here. It looks better, it looks cleaner. Okay, so every time it hits it got rejected. So here it came down and then got rejected, bounce off in this particular case. Okay, at the bottom, at the top, it's a little bit hard. Okay, but we do have an all-time high here. That's be resistance. Again, resistance here. Again, resistance here. As you can see, this region is resistance. So this region here is resistance. This big region here is going to be a resistance. Every time you tapped in, as you can see, you went all the way up to the top, got rejected. So here I went in halfway, got rejected. So here rejected. Here tapped in, got rejected, and so on. Okay, so we know where the ceiling is in this particular case. Okay, I do have my EMA here. Okay, so see when's good opportunity to buy, and here we go. Right, so we're currently here. So we are currently at resistance. Okay, we're currently at resistance. So there was previous support. Now it is indeed resistance. So I will draw something here. So this particular point, this point here, it did break through, but it didn't close above it. So this point here is indeed resistance. So we want this to break through and then go up. Okay, otherwise we're still in a nice short downtrend in this particular case. If you do this, okay, so we have a nice downtrend as you can see. Okay. Right. Now if you break through, then it would be great. Otherwise, we should go for short as well. Okay. Now let's take a look at what we have in the weekly time frame, so we know what's going on. Okay. Same thing here as you can see, we are indeed. So everything was bullish. Okay. Until we. So here, look at this one here. Look at this one here. This candle didn't close below. Didn't close below, didn't close below, didn't close below. So we can't go for a downtrend. So this one here closed below, so we could have gone downtrend again, as you can see, and so on. And here the long train. Okay, daily time frame again. Okay, good. All right, let's take a look. Now I'm going to zoom in to see what's going on in this region here. Okay, as you can see, the stuff I've drawn is still there. Okay, good. What we have, so we expect, we're expecting the market to go down. Okay, I'm expecting the market to go down to retest the support here. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Okay, so we expect this to happen. That's what we expect to see. Alright, and let me go drop down even further to see what's going on. Okay, so here we go. Now here we can see that we will have big bullish candle. A big bullish candle. Now if this gives us enough momentum to push up and break this, then we should be able to go. Alright, and ideally we also have another resistance here. Okay, we also have another resistance at this particular level. I'll just add it there so we can see. Okay, so in the 3 hour time frame we have a big bullish candle. Let me drop down to the 1 hour time frame to see what we have. Here we go. Alright, nice, look at that, this bullish candle here. Going to retest this resistance level. Okay, now if we are going to enter, then the good opportunity would have to enter if we entered for a short, because the downtrend, if we go back the daily time frame, then the downtrend, then everything is going down. Okay, so the main trend is indeed downwards. Okay, it's indeed downwards. Even if I do this, okay, it's indeed downwards, as you can see. That is the big one. Okay, however, if I had to go for a short term, then I would have entered at let's take a look. So 1 hour time frame, I would have entered probably when at this particular point. That's when it sat above my EMA. In this particular case, as you can see, we have the 10, 20, and 15 blue EMA. As you can see here, okay, that's when we have the EMA sorted out. Alright, as you can see, our MACD is also on top of there. Okay, Now if we entered this, let's say we have entered this at our, this is our entry in this candle here, okay, and if you we pull up, then we are going to go all the way to test, so not entirely inside the resistance but a little bit below it. I'm gonna go here, and then so this was 26 last week, all the way to today, so Thursday, actually Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, market closes, and today open to 3 days, counted 3 days, and in 3 days we've earned ourselves £300 depending on how much we are putting in, as you can see here. Okay, so depending on how much you have in your account, you can, to know, ideally you are going to risk 6%, no sorry, not 6%, let's say 20% if you want to do that. Okay, so depending on how much you have in your account, for example, you have £1,000, $1,000 in your account, then if you risk 20%, that's 200. So therefore, unfortunately, you can't put 200 here. Okay, so as you can see here, the minimum. Let's take a look at the minimum you can put. That's how much minimum is to above 200. Round it up to 300. Round up to 300. Only to 300. Okay, so it means you're gonna be spending a little bit above this much. Okay, so maybe 30% if you want. Okay, so if you risk, let me just check how much it is properly. 5. Okay, so if you risk 50% of your account, then you're gonna, okay, you risk 50%. Sorry, your margin is 50% of your account, and let's say in terms of stop loss, we are going to risk from our account. So that's why we're entering. Then I'm gonna go this one here. Okay, all right. So we are risking. So this one here is 1 to 5. As you can see, 1 to 5.3 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so we're risking £83 on our account. And we are gaining this much. It's very good profit, as you can see here. Okay, and for margin wise, we just need pretty much this one here. So we're putting half our margin here in this particular case, and risking only £83 in this particular case. Okay, so this is in the past. Now let's focus on the future. Focus on today's. Let me just refresh this very quickly. All right. Now, what do we expect to happen in this particular case? So I expect this to get rejected. The more rejection I see, the better I know it is coming up here. So, for example, look at this one here. As touch it, got rejected, and here we don't have any bullish momentum. Look at that. There's no bullish momentum as well. Okay, so something we want to see here similarly. And as you can see here, we are going down. Indeed, yeah, it disappeared. Okay, I'll zoom it even further. Half an hour. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Now the problem here is I don't want to see this here. Look at the body of these candles. It's got quite big. Something I don't want to see. I'll go down to the 15-minute time frame. I'll see. I want to see more rejection happening at this region here. Now we did get one. Unfortunately, it found support here. And it got rebounded. Okay. Now, okay. I'll go drop down to the 2-minute time frame. Let's see what's happening in this particular case. Good, as you can see, look at this. Okay, I can see he couldn't do anything here, couldn't do anything here. Okay, so here there was an uptrend that goes on from this point to this point. So this is on the 2-minute time frame. We have sort of an uptrend going on here. Okay, so I'll just draw it here. Okay, we got this again. If for those of you who are scalpers out there, you can have even scalped the 1-minute time frame. Let's take a look how much would have been in this particular case. So here we're going to enter in this case, then we're going to ride all the way to this resistance here, then $90. £90, as you can see. And let's say we are going to be risking, this would be here, we're going to be risking to only 19, as you can see here, 9 times. Well, not exactly 9 times, but get the gist. Okay, right, we're forming an uptrend, and we're getting close to this resistance level. Now we want to see more resistance. So what's happening is, the reason why we are getting a push on the upside. Let me just refresh this so we have a better understanding. Okay, so now we're not. So look at this part here. So here we are having more sellers coming in. Okay, rejecting all those. So here we got some sellers, some buyers that tried to get in and they got trapped. Okay, and here that's when we see many sellers coming in. This region here, this region here, this region, we see many sellers coming in. So this one here, many sellers coming in. Okay, and the sellers, sorry, the sellers, buyers pushed this all the way up. The sellers came in, and here pushed up again. Okay, and here again, tried to push it up, pushed up again. Okay, so these are how many sellers we have, and we need to get rid of those sellers. So if we want to go down, then we need to get rid of this one, and all the way to this one. Okay, now what we have, let's take a look at our indicators. We have a decreased momentum, which is good, as you can see. So the peak of this one and the peak of this one, there's not much distance, even though we're forming a high peak in here. Look at this. Okay, we're not forming any ones. And the RSI, the strength, okay, is not getting oversold yet, so it's quite good to go as well. So what we want to see is we got one rejection. It has not even tapped in yet. Okay, not tapped in yet. Getting close, but we want to see more tapped in. Okay, now let me go back to the previous resistance. We go here. I want to see what happened here. Okay. Again, I'll drop down to the 10-minute time frame. There we go. So here we tapped in. Alright, so we have a nice uptrend as well here. So many buyers, and then we got consolidation going on. Unfortunately, we could not form any new higher highs. Came in here, tapped in, nope, nothing, and then we just break. So this is the point we broke. So we broke the support here. Went for retest, and then we just dropped down. Drop down to here. Then buyers came in. Again, same thing, same point. Resistance and then breakdown. Okay, this is a great opportunity to buy, to sell pretty much. Look at that. Truly insane. Truly insane. Yeah, could have entered here. Just ride it all the way. Okay. Just ride it all the way. Okay, something like that. Buy here, and buy here, all the way up. Into the time frame. Okay. Now the problem here is like it's not even tapped in. That's the issue we have. It's not even tapped in. So we have no idea. This big candle, big bullish candle. Go. Again, if we want to scalp, we could have entered here. So let's take a look at the profit. If we entered here, then we're going to form a new high. Oops, buy. £15, as you can see. Okay. Now I'll also try the fib retracement. Let's see. So we are here. This point. So it came to the 50 point. So I went all the way up and then came to the 50 point. Okay. So came to the 50 point here. Alright. And we are here now. What do we expect to see in this particular case? Okay, we're seeing some rejection going on. Alright, here we go. Look, trying to break this line, trying to break this, and it got rejected, as you can clearly see. Okay, now how high do we think it's gonna go? So now we're here, and the profit will be the target here. Not much profit. Okay, we're seeing something going on here. Let me zoom out. Let's take a look what we have. If I'm going to go for sell, then I'm going to go for sell. I'll probably place my entry points here, and then I'm going to go all the way down to wherever we have support. So 1, 2, so probably here first, and then all the way down. It'd be great if you go all the way down. But I'll place it here, halfway. Okay. I'll zoom out on a 2-minute time frame. Okay, let's take a look what we have. He's okay, very good. So look at that, very bearish point. Unfortunately, we need to see some rejection. Here we go. Rejection coming. Rejection coming in. Okay, there's something we want to see happening. Right. Okay. What do we have here in this case in the 2-minute time frame? We're getting some rejection happening. It's very good. And have I already? Nope, I have not already done this. Okay. Go. And then you could have entered here. Now the problem I'm having is if it only fell to the 50 EMA and got rejected, just like this one here, got rejected here. Okay. There's something I don't want to see. Okay, so from here to here. Yeah. So I don't want this to happen. So it falling to this point and then got rejected. So here we have support. Now we also have support here. What will it do? Will it break through? Or will it not break through? There we go. Okay. So I want it in the 2-minute time to break this 50 EMA. That's what I want. If it broke this, then I was like, okay, I'll be in for the short. So I will enter. Okay, so normally, ideally, we want to get this impulse move. So ideally, we want to get this move here from the top. Okay. All right, this move here from the top, and then ride it all the way. So even here, if we do this, that's 19. So ideally, we want to get this move from the top. Unfortunately, we did not. Okay, so I will enter here, below it. Now I'll go for this point here, 30 something. Let's check. Alright, so we've entered here a little bit too late, unfortunately. Ideally, we would have, let me take a quick look. So on the 1 minute time frame, we would have entered it on when it broke. Maybe let's take a look. 1 minute time frame. There's no rejection going on. Then probably on this candle here. Right, no worries. Okay, let me go back on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we are here. Okay, and we shall see what will happen. Okay, now what we need to do is I need to make my stop loss. Sorry, my stop loss. One time frame. Okay, my stop be. Let me just check this. So that is the big one here. Nope, nope. 1 to 2 reward ratio. Go up put it just a little bit above the 50 EMA on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, and we're going to go all the way now. All the way down. Okay. Hello there. Okay, so this is a quick update. As you can see, is indeed went down. So what I've done is I have moved my stop loss. My stop loss was all the way up there, so I moved it to this point here. At least, if it did go up, okay, then it's gonna close at £10 profit in this particular case. But currently, I'm currently £15 profit, as you can see. Okay, it's going up again, so it doesn't matter. It's gonna get rejected to come back down.